welcome back to Idol Timeline. My name is Martha, and today we are delving into the Idol Ice Age, which is one of my favorite eras of Idol music. Even though there wasn't a whole lot of solo groups and not too many new debuts, there were some really great gems of music here in this era, so I want to dive in with you. Now, the last few videos I've been giving a lot of statistics, records broken, that kind of stuff, but I want to make this a bit more casual because I just think I feel a little better maybe not giving so many numbers. I'll still give you some, I promise, because I know those things are interesting to learn, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more about why I enjoy these groups personally and maybe start a better discussion off in the comments with some opinions to bounce off of. So first I'm going to start with probably the most popular group, the most influential, I do believe, of the Idol Ice Age, which is Wink. Wink were an idol duo that started off in 1988. I do believe they were a juggernaut, in the words of my friends of Encyclopedia Idolica. They were a juggernaut. No matter what idol groups debuted, if you debuted after Wink, oh boy, it was a sad day for you because nobody could catch up with them. They were a phenomenon in the late 80s. My God, they were freaking fantastic. While most idols of the 80s, as we discussed last time, were very much in the cute, next door, bubbly, bright, smiley kind of image, Wink were the cool girls at school. They were the ones with like the leather moto jackets, and they'd sit alone away from everybody else, and you couldn't sit with them because you weren't cool enough. While most idols sang again with that bright, bubbly expression, Wink had these really cool, almost expressionless faces while they sang, and it was very, very different from other idols of the past few years in that time, and so it was very interesting for people to watch, and honestly, it just fits so well. So Wink actually was made up of two ladies, Shouko and Sachiko. I'm not going to put their full names, I'll put them down below. Shouko and Sachiko were two ladies who entered a beauty contest for the magazine Up to Boy. Now Sachiko won the beauty contest, the main title, and Shouko was one of the runners-up. And so a year after that beauty contest ended and the awards were given out, Sachiko and Shouko were chosen to be put together as the idol duo Wink. So a year after the beauty contest, they released their debut single, Sugar Baby Love, which was a cover of an English song done by the Rubettes originally, and that did fairly well. Let's see, but I think the first single that really caught people's attention was Aida Tomaranai, Turn It Into Love, which was another cover song, and that was originally done by Kylie Minogue, of all people, because she's kind of the queen in the Western music scene, and so they took a song of hers, did a cover of it, and it hit the ground running. And their song after that, called Sabishi ne Taigyo, or Lonely Tropical Fish, was their highest selling single of all time for their group, and it sold over 500,000 copies. If you don't know that song, are you even an Idol fan? It has been covered endlessly by groups like W, Piddle, even Femme released a cover of that song last year, and I can link that down below too. This song, so many idols have done covers of it. It is still covered constantly to this day. The beat is addictive, it's emotional, but it's upbeat and you can dance to it, and it's great. It is a fantastic quintessential 80s sounding song. So Wink's sound was very much in that kind of, it had a blend of 80s synth pop, disco, and in the early 90s kind of drifted more towards the EDM style that was getting popular. Now Wink was really, really popular in the late 80s, and I think up till about 91, they were still selling very well, but once end of 91, early 92 hit, their singles sales started to decline. Now the ladies actually continued to release music and did some solo albums as well until 1996. I'm gonna double check that so I don't look like an idiot real quick. Yep, okay, 1996. From about 92 to 96, their sales kind of slowly declined, and they released their last single in March of 1996. But Wink had so many fantastic hits, and on iTunes you can even find their like best of album that is 2 CDs long and filled with great funky music, and I hope that you will check them out and enjoy it as well. The next group I'm going to talk about is CoCo. Now, probably a lot of y'all haven't heard of CoCo, because again, this is from the Idol Ice Age. Really, the big one from this era is Wink, which we just discussed. But, yeah, there were no huge, record-breaking sales with CoCo. I just like them a lot, and they were quite popular for their time, so I want to discuss them with you. Not to mention that there is a fantastic YouTube channel that has a lot of their concert footage up, which I will link down below. Anyway, CoCo was a 5-member girl group in the 1990s. Let me read off the members to you. The members of CoCo were Mikio Ono, Azusa Seno, Rieko, Miura, Erika Haneda, and Maki Miyamae. 5 girls, 5 colors, a lot of great songs. Now, CoCo fits more along with the traditional idols, very cute and kind of girl next door, and they definitely represent the idol criteria of being diamonds in the rough, because their first concerts were rough. They weren't quite together yet as synergy with a group when they first started out, but they were very cute and you just wanted them to do well. And they actually grew into a very cohesive group as time went on. So I do believe they debuted in 1989 with the song Equal Romance, which was actually used as a theme for the anime Ranma 1/2. If any of y'all are familiar with Ranma, I hope you are. They also did another song called Omoide ga Ippai, which was, I think, the 3rd ending for Ranma 1/2. So a couple of their songs were used in Ranma, so they were actually popular enough to get some anime deals along with their releases. So CoCo was part of a television talent idol collaboration, if you would call it, called Otome Juku. The members of groups Ribbon and Claire were also a part of it, and so this program was supposed to kind of create groups and promote them as like the new idol talent of the early 90s. And so CoCo was one of the groups that came out of Otome Juku and actually went on to some pretty good commercial success. All 5 members actually ended up having solo careers. And in 1992, Azusa, one of the members, actually left CoCo to just do her solo careers. The others had smaller solo careers but actually stayed within the group, so they did both, while Azusa left the group in 1992 after about 3 years. Now, CoCo actually continued until 1994, so they released 2 more albums without Azusa as a 4-piece group, but in 94 decided to call it quits. After CoCo, some of the members did release a few more solo singles. Rieko went on to do some anime voice acting work, and the others just kind of decided to, be normal people. But CoCo is a delightful group. They're cute. A lot of their songs are simple but catchy, and if you just want an idol group that is charming, retro-styled, and gets you with a little bit of anime feels, I highly recommend CoCo. The last group I'm going to talk about today is actually a rock idol group called Princess. Their most notable song is the hit Diamonds, which is still covered by many idols today, and also voice actors, since they quite like that song. But Princess actually started out in 1983, which is earlier than the other idols mentioned in this video, but their commercial success didn't come until about 1989. Now, after their not quite success in 1983 to 1987, they started to just perform like crazy. In the year 1987 to 1989, they performed over 100 concerts in live houses around Japan just to get their name out there, which is, if that's not work ethic, I don't know what is. Those girls worked hard for their success. April 1988, they realized one of their first dreams, which was to perform at the Shibuya Public Hall, and their concert tickets sold out within 2 hours. Finally, after performing so long and releasing another album, they were able to perform at the Nippon Budokan in June 1989, which really cemented their mainstream success. 1989 was the release of their most popular single, Diamonds, and that was their 7th single with their major record label. And that was the first CD single to become a million seller on the Oricon charts. The members of Princess are Kaori Kishitani, the lead vocalist, Kanako Nakayama, the lead guitar and back vocals, Atsuko Watanabe on bass, Tomoko Kono on keyboards and backing vocals, and Kyoko Tomita on drums and other percussion instruments. Now, you're like, wait a minute, Martha, none of the idols before have played instruments. You are correct. Princess kind of started off the band idol movement because a lot of musical output from Japan in the, early mid-90s was inspired by band. Artists kind of started to take over the music scene away from idols as idols lost popularity during the Ice Age, but Princess blended the two genres together beautifully and started the rock idol trend. So without Princess, who's to say that baby metal would exist today? I'm just saying, friends. Princess helped diversify the idol genre by being rock idols. Now, at first I had trouble classifying Princess as an idol group because Manuel was like, hey, talk about Princess in your next video, and I'm like, but they're a band. They're not idols. But again, I went and looked into their musical output, and while listening to their tracks, they do have a bit of an idol-y sound to them. So I could see where he's coming from. And looking at the music that was released afterwards, I can kind of see where they could be considered rock idols rather than just a rock band. Now, the band sold well into the early 90s, but I do believe in 1995, the band announced their breakup and released their last single, Fly Baby Fly. They did release their last album, fittingly titled The Last Princess, in 1996. They did a 3-night concert at the Nippon Budokan to cement the end of their time as Princess, but in 2012, I believe, they went on a reunion tour to celebrate their 16 years of, existence in 2012, and it was a great success. People paid money, the show sold out, and it went really well. So, whew, that is the idols of the Ice Age, my friends. Of course, there are plenty more. As I mentioned, Otome Juku, there were more idol groups that came out of that, and you can look those up as well. But Wink, CoCo, and Princess are some of my personal favorites, and some of the more defining idols of the era, excuse me. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. It helps us out a lot. Make sure you subscribe down below to us at AJ Connections. We have lots of great content for you. There's a podcast every week on Tuesday evenings, and I can leave the time down below as well. But I hope you join the podcast because we talk about idols of the current day, as well as anime and other things that are relevant to our interests here. If there are idols you want me to talk about in future episodes, leave me a comment because I am always interested to hear your opinions. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode of Idol Timeline where we tackle the 90s. It's gonna be a good time. Bye-bye!